I'm your host Hannah and this is the Gaming Report, your number one source for all things gaming news and rumour related. I know, we disappeared again, didn't we? I'm very sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen, but we have been working on some things behind the scenes which will hopefully be good things in the future. If you have subscribed to us and joined us in the time since we last uploaded a video, thank you! Welcome! I hope that you enjoy the videos and the content and I hope that you stick around. And for those of you who asked where the videos were in our absence, also a big thank you. We love having you here and we appreciate your support. It means a lot to us. But without further ado, let's get on to today's news. So some of you may already know that next year will mark the 10-year anniversary of Red Dead Redemption 1. That's right, it will have been a decade since you first took to horseback and decided that you were going to make all the buffalo extinct. You evil person. And with rumours galore just circulating in the game world, being a constant really, we once again have another rumour for you. What's that? As per usual with these sorts of things, please do take this piece of news with a pinch of salt, but if it is true then it will be a very nice slice of news and I'm sure that it will make many people, including myself, very happy. So the rumour is that apparently we will be getting a Red Dead Redemption 1 remake next year in time for the anniversary or thereabouts. I say thereabouts because apparently they have run into a few bugs, and if you've noticed that there have been no more updates on Red Dead Redemption Online, this is supposedly because part of that team have been moved over to the remake team so that the remake can be released on time or as close to the anniversary as possible. So at this moment in time it is slated for a late 2020 release, if not it will be in early 2021 sometime. So, you know, if you've got a few months to play with, they sometimes can't get it right on the mark because making video games is hard, people, it's hard. But yes, so this rumour comes from an anonymous Reddit user. I know it sounds very credible, doesn't it? But they do claim that they know one of the environmental artists from Rockstar who happens to be working on the Red Dead Redemption remake. So if the anonymous user is telling the truth, his source should be gold. Sorry we can't provide you an actual name because like I said, he's anonymous. Isn't the internet wonderful? So some of the big things that are to do with RDR1 and its remake are that it will more follow in the footsteps of RDR2. So the new features that you found in the new game will now be implemented into the old one, which is always nice because obviously new features usually mean better playability, and I've since gone back to try and play Red Dead Redemption 1 again, and even though it's a fantastic game, it now just feels a little bit outdated in some places, and I would bet that the new features from RDR2 will help strengthen that again, because stories can be great but sometimes gameplay can just be a little bit off, which is why every time I try to go back and play GTA San Andreas and Vice City I'm just like, oh, I want to continue so badly but I keep crashing into everything because the mechanics are just not there. Or at least it feels like they're not there in comparison to something like GTA 5 or Online. Side note, Rockstar, if you happen to see this, I hope that you have plans for Vice City and San Andreas being remade because there's a crowd that really wants that. Woo! This girl. I'm not millions of people, but I know that there are millions of people who would like that, so get on it. Anyway, concerning Red Dead Redemption again, so not only will there be inclusions of new features from the new game put into the remake of the old one, but there will be a bit of a map expansion as well, obviously some new stories being added in there. Supposedly though, it will not include or encompass the map from the second game. Apparently it's just going to be an expansion of the desert, possibly more buffalo for you to shoot. I don't know, but there will also be more storylines and also dialogue that references to Arthur Morgan from the second game. This is getting confusing because it's actually technically set before, so that it can reference back to him and obviously tie up John Marston's involvement or prior involvement in the gang that he was in, so that those two games can mesh a little bit better together story-wise, because obviously there were some gaps in the first one. So in the remake they are aiming to close those gaps so that it's more of a seamless experience when you play it through from RDR 1 to RDR2 or the other way around, because like I said, it technically comes before. I don't know. I feel like this is going to end up being a Star Wars argument. What's the true first one? So within this rumour, it has been revealed that apparently Rob Whiteoff has come in to do additional dialogue, so they will be using lines from the previous game, the first game, and then also with some updated ones so that, like I said, it can match the story that we find in RDR2. It'd be quite interesting to see obviously which are the new lines and if they do choose to change any of the old lines and how they do tweak them so that it obviously fits together all nicely, because it's kind of like when you had the 2 screens of Halo thing, like the original Halo and then the remaster, and you could see it both at the same time. You're like, ooh, this is the old one and this is the new one. So I feel like it'll be like that with dialogue options, and no doubt you'll just get a load of YouTube videos being like, what John says that's new. And last but not least, which is actually news to do with RDR2 itself and not the remake, is that apparently a storyline DLC is planned for it and will be released fairly soon in the future at some point, which follows in the same vein as RDR1's Undead Nightmare, except instead of undead zombie people, you know the drill, it'll be aliens, which obviously we know what happens when we encounter aliens in Rockstar games. So it can only be very interesting considering that this will be in the Old West and it's not in Los Santos where you have, I don't even know. I don't even think it changes the situation now I think about it. Guns, maybe not laser guns, who knows. Anyway, it's going to be, like I said, very similar to what you see in the first game, which came in the Game of the Year edition. And yeah, I'm excited to see all these things, to be honest. I think that this Age of Remake thing, even though I make fun of it, is actually spectacular because, like I said, it revives old games, and in like the grand scheme of things, RDR1 isn't that old. Like, if you think about how many games Rockstar have produced, there are also rumours of them making a second Bully game, so they do seem to be revisiting their older catalogue, which is also great because not only are you getting remakes of great games, you seem to be getting sequels of other great games. I think they're on the ball. They're on the ball for 2020, 2021 time, which is great, which still begs the question, when are you going to do Vice City and San Andreas? Leaving the doors wide open for people to suggest it. But yes, so that's all that we happen to know for now on the RDR1 remake front, but as soon as we know something else, we will be sure to let you know. And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you as always for joining me. I hope that you found it informative and enjoyed the video. Once again, thank you for all the newcomers, and also thank you for the mainstays who have been with us since the beginning and just continue to support the channel. We really appreciate that. Make sure to go over to the actual website to read more articles. There are multiple published on there daily, every day of the week. Lots to get through, lots of gaming news. It's all good. And until next time, I hope that you have a great week. I hope it's not too bad of a Monday. Don't forget to keep leveling up, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.